Yo, what is going on, guys? Bruin Steel here, and welcome back to another WWE broadcast. I'm your host, Bruin Steel, and today I'm recapping the Friday Night Smackdown that took place this past Friday on January 12th, 2024, and it took place in Lincoln, Nebraska. And as you can tell, my good friend Canadian Yorker will not be joining me tonight. This man is pretty busy, so that's life, guys. People are busy. And that's just that. But anyways, great SmackDown. It was pretty short in my own opinion. A lot of these SmackDown has been really short shows lately. Especially because they actually pre-recorded it for Christmas. So most of the SmackDown that I did was most of the SmackDown is pretty like short, but there was pretty much a good amount of matches in this one in Friday Night SmackDown. So let's get started. So basically, we get Grayson Waller versus Cameron Gribbs, but unfortunately, the Bloodline. Apparently, if you all know what happened last week, you know why they did it. But last week, it was announced that Roman Reigns was going to defend his title in the Fatal 4-Way, and he didn't like it. So I guess he's making I think he's guessing sending a message to General Manager Nick Aldis. So when Cameron Gribbs comes out, he gets jumped by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, and that's when Nick Aldis is just not happy, and basically Nick Aldis announced that there was going to be a 6-man tag team match between Randy Orton, LA Knight, AJ Styles versus the Bloodline. That includes Roman, but Paul Heyman said that they're not the bad guys and Nick Aldis is, and basically said that the tribal chief is not in Nebraska. But Nick Aldis said that they need to find a third partner or else they can do a 3-on-2 handicap match. So the tension is filling the air between Nick Aldis and Roman Reigns. Obviously, Nick Aldis he's doing a great job, keeping his guard up on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns thinks that the sun resolves him. The entire universe. Roman Reigns thinks that the entire universe revolves around him. But Nick Aldis has done a great job as GM, keeping his staying his grounds and stuff like that. So it looks like they might resume. They might have Cameron Gribbs versus Grayson Waller next week instead, since they got interrupted, since Cameron got attacked by Solo and Jimmy Uso, but we have to see what happens. Sorry. Excuse me. I was about to sneeze. Moving on to the next match, the first match of the evening, it was obviously LWO, Cruz, Del Toro, and Joaquin Wilde versus Santos Escobar's new formed team. Don't know if there's a team name yet. Obviously, we saw the excuse me, there it is. Sorry. Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Obviously, I don't. It's a weird Spanish team name, but obviously this is going to be a build. This is obviously going to be a build up to Rey Mysterio versus Santos at WrestleMania. Obviously, Santos Escobar entering Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio isn't back yet, so hope for the best. He comes back and gets his revenge on Santos Escobar. But talking about this match, I did not watch SmackDown. If I'm completely honest with you, I was working, so. But I know that Santos Escobar was on commentary in this match, and he gets interrupted by Carlito, and Carlito and Santos Escobar started to brawl. Obviously, there's beef between Carlito and Santos Escobar. If Rey Mysterio can't make it to WrestleMania, they could book Carlito versus Santos Escobar. That's a possibility, but we have to see. But Santos team, Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo won by pinfall with a victory roll. And they cheated like always. That's basically a heel team for you. Cheating with a victory roll and a hand on the ropes. Angel and Garza and Humberto Carrillo, or whatever his name is, wins by pinfall, defeating LWO. Obviously, they came out with Zelina Vega. Obviously, this was just that's just that. Like I said, Rey Mysterio needs to get better and come back and get his revenge on Santos Escobar. I want to see Rey Mysterio whoop the shit out of Santos Escobar. But like I said, not sure if Rey Mysterio is going to show up at WrestleMania, if he can make it to WrestleMania. We saw Rey Mysterio made a brief appearance at NXT. That's when he announced to his son Dominic Mysterio that Dragon Lee will challenge him for the North American title. Excuse me. So we have to see what happens. Moving on to the next match, we got Bianca Belair going 1-on-1 with Bayley. Obviously, there's a lot of history between Bayley and Bianca Belair. And the funny part of this, and I said this many times before, Bayley is going to get her ass handed to her. Bayley is going to turn babyface. Damage Control shown that they don't give a crap about Bayley anymore in this match. They want Bayley to take care of Bianca by herself. Would you know? Bianca falls out of the ring, and Bayley pretends to have a knee injury, and Damage Control doesn't interfere and attacks Bianca Belair like they usually do. Like they always, Damage Control is basically they probably just learned from Roman to interfere, but they didn't interfere when the referee had their back to them. They didn't do anything, and Bayley, pretending with a knee injury, begged them, made a signal thing to attack her, but they didn't do anything that shows that, especially Carly saying and Asuka, they don't give a crap about Bayley. And there's another signal, obviously. But before I get into what happened, talking about the match, Bianca Belair used her hair as a weapon again. And Bianca was able to hit a spear. Bianca, wow, what a spear! And then hit the KOD on Bayley. And Bayley took that KOD really well. And Bianca Belair gets the win. Bianca Belair defeats Bayley. And that's the thing. No one helped Bayley. Yet Bayley helped Asuka get a win over Charlotte Flair. Bayley tried to get Carly Sane to win, but it wasn't enough. But man, Bayley trying just working her ass out to help Damage Control. But in this match against Bianca, Damage Control is nowhere to be seen. They're just tourists looking on at helping Bayley. And that's just a sign that Damage Control, it's definitely coming near that Bayley's time in Damage Control is coming to an end. And I said this many times in my broadcasts that I did with Canadian Yorker. It's time for Bayley to turn face because she's been a heel. Bayley's been a heel for 4 years now. I think the last time she started as a heel was 2019, and before 2019 she was a face. So it's been so many years that since she's been the face, it's time for a change. I think it's Bayley's time to become a face. And obviously Damage Control, my fault is just her not helping. They're not helping Bayley at all. A couple weeks ago they've been ignoring her, and I can tell that it's coming. The turn by Damage Control on Bayley is coming soon, and my thought is probably going to be after Royal Rumble. No one's going to help Bayley in the Royal Rumble. Damage Control is not going to be in the Royal Rumble. Dakota Kai said to her to win the Royal Rumble by herself, but we have to see what happens. I still think Bayley could win the Royal Rumble. I think that once she wins, she's going to get people to cheer for her, building up her face turn. Obviously, winning the Royal Rumble, you saw Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was a heel when she won the Royal Rumble, but people liked her. But obviously Bayley, when she wins the Royal Rumble, there's going to be people cheering for her, clapping for her. And it's like, wow, maybe it's a build-up for her becoming a face. I think Damage Control is going to turn on her the next Raw, the really next following Raw when she wins the Royal Rumble. We have to see, but in my own opinion, Bayley needs a face turn. That's just like she's just been a heel for so long now. But anyways, moving on to the next segment or match, whatever. Obviously, we saw the return of the Authors of Pain, Karrion Kross and Scarlett recruiting them, and obviously we're going to see them feud with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. I do want to mention that if that happens, the Street Profits might just put in a woman on their team. Why not BFAB? BFAB been contacting Bobby Lashley a lot. Obviously, like I said, Scarlett might get involved with Karrion Kross and AOP. If they get a woman involved, Bobby Lashley, they need to get a woman themselves. And I'm just saying, they could possibly recruit BFAB. People want to see Bianca on that team. It's time for Bianca Belair to turn heel. I don't even remember the last time Bianca Belair actually turned heel, but she's been a babyface, so why not enlighten herself with her husband, with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley? Why not? But they might go after BFAB if Karrion Kross gets Scarlett involved. So we have to see what happens. But anyways, moving on to the next match, we got Austin Theory versus Carmelo Hayes. How this match came about is Carmelo Hayes was teased with Nick Aldis to come up with a Smackdown deal. Hopefully, I think Carmelo Hayes is actually coming up to the main roster. I don't know. I love Carmelo Hayes. His days as NXT champion was amazing. But this matchup went well until they both just end up. It just went bad to both Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes. Obviously, Austin was able to hit a lawman pain, but bumps noggins, basically bump heads, and both men were down. It didn't look good. It turns out both men had a concussion. I think it was a concussion. I don't know what the injury was, but it turns out being no contest. So that's just that. But anyways, moving on to the main event. Like I said, the SmackDown was pretty short. I don't know if this show was pre-recorded. I can't remember. But the main event is AJ Styles, LA Knight, Randy Orton versus the Bloodline in a handicap match. And we all know that AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton will be part of that Fatal 4-Way when Roman Reigns will defend the WWE Undisputed Universal WWE Championship. This match was great. Went back and forth until they actually. Oh, I forgot the whole. Obviously, the Bloodline taking numbers. They attack Randy Orton, and it turns into a tag team match instead. But what Jimmy was able to hit a super kick LA off the apron, and then we basically got a. Both men are down, and Randy Orton is back, and he gets the tag. It's a 3-on-2, and Randy Orton gets the RKO on Jimmy Uso. AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton gets the win by RKO by Randy Orton on Jimmy Uso. This is great, to see, obviously a Fatal 4-Way match. At these times you've seen WWE wrestlers, they have to face each other, but the previous sometime, you have to tag with them. And, I'm surprised that AJ Styles and LA Knight actually coexisted. So, obviously we have to see what happens. I guess the Fatal 4 is going to happen because it seems like Roman Reigns isn't happy. And he tried to tell Paul Heyman to fix it, but it didn't work out. Nick Aldis made it worse. So, like I said, Nick Aldis stands his ground when it comes to Roman. Obviously. But AJ Styles and LA Knight, Randy Orton sick of Roman Reigns, so they decided to beat up Solo and Jimmy Uso after the match. So basically, Solo tried to attack Randy Orton, and then AJ Styles hits the phenomenal forearm on Solo Sikoa, and then LA Knight was able to hit the BFT, and basically they did the Roman Reigns, they did the Shield triple powerbomb on Solo through the downs table, and they standing tall, man. And man, I can't wait for this Fatal 4-Way at Royal Rumble. But we all know that Roman's going to retain. Come on, man. That's like, holy shit. And they will have their signing. They're going to have their signing next week as well. A contract signing for Roman, AJ Styles, Randy Orton and LA Knight. I can't wait. But anyways, that is the end of the matches, and I want to go back to the backstage segments because I have a little time. Usually I try to avoid the backstage segments when I do broadcasts with Canadian Yorker, but anyways, excuse me. And that's just the thing. Backstage segment, it was all Paul Heyman trying to find a guy to tag team with, tag team with, the Bloodline, and obviously he went to Carlito. Carlito said no, he rather, want to beat the shit out of Santos Escobar. And basically, he tried to recruit Bobby Lashley, but what you know, Bobby Lashley basically wants to kick Roman Reigns' ass. So I love to see a Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns feud in the future. That's just perfect. You got the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. You got the Bloodline. You got three people there. You got Roman. You got Solo. You got Jimmy. Those three guys versus Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. How about that? And I love to see Bobby Lashley against Roman. You know, I know that it happened in the past before, but oh my god, imagine that. You got a great feud going right there. That's a great feud right there. You can bug Triple H. Do it. Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits feuding with the Bloodline. Like, holy moly. So basically, Paul Heyman tried to find a third member to team with Bloodline, but it seems like the Bloodline had made too many enemies, so that's just that. Logan Paul, man, he got knocked out by Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul basically said that his cast is a liability, and then basically I think he's about to sue Kevin Owens. And would you know, Kevin Owens invites them to the Kevin Owens shows next week, so that's going to be interesting. After the match Bayley had with Bianca, Bayley confronted Damage Control, and that's when things didn't go well. That's when they made excuses saying that the referee was staring at us and stuff like that. Guys, Damage Control turning on Bayley's coming. It's just, and I read so many times on social media, people are like, oh no, I don't want Bayley to turn heel. Bayley is great as a heel, but guys, it's just, she's been a heel for 4 years now. It's time for a change, and that's what's going to happen. Bayley is going to get turned on by Damage Control, and maybe Bayley is going to try to make friends, but this is looking like a Jay situation. Jay leaving the Bloodline, like Bayley leaving Damage Control. Jay moves to Raw. Maybe Bayley could move to Raw. And then there's people on Raw that hate her. What Damage Control is. It's basically kind of like a Jay situation if you think about it. If it moves on like that, that's certainly something that could happen. But I just feel like maybe they're going to turn on Bayley, and then Bayley's just going to win the Royal Rumble and then challenge IYO Sky. I don't know. We have to see what happens. But anyways, I don't think that's it. Maybe, yeah, but I'm going to stop there, guys. Thank you guys for watching this broadcast. I appreciate it. In terms of grading, I think I'd probably give it like a B, or I give it a B. I just thought there could have been more, obviously more segments, but this show could have been recorded, but I'm not quite sure. So basically, Carmelo Hayes, Charlie with Nick Aldis. I'm trying to go through all the backstage segment, guys. And Tyler Bate meets up with Pete Dunne and said that it looks like Butch is coming back or something like that. I don't know. Apparently. I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, and Karen Cross giving that package to Bobby Lashley. And saying that they're going to whoop each other's ass, whatever. That seems to be it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I give this show a B. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't done so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My buddy Canadian Yorker's YouTube will also be in the description of this video as well. And I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday night. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy your day, your Sunday night. See you guys later. See you guys next time for the next broadcast. We'll see if Canadian Yorker can make it. See you guys later.